Yeah. And what we say, New York City.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy BattleTech, back from the dead with another video. I know I've been MIA for quite some time, you know, bring you guys commentary and videos and shit like that, but yeah, man, your boy has been completely addicted to Street Fighter 5, you know. And yeah, that leads me to this video. This is my Street Fighter 5 review. And you know, real quick, I want to go over a couple of aspects of the game, talk about them. I want to talk about the graphics, the sound, the controls, the crossplay features. I want to talk about online gameplay and some of the updates that they just released for Street Fighter 5. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video and let's talk some Street Fighter. Okay, so first thing on the list we're going to talk about is the graphics. They made the jump over to Unreal Engine 4 and the game looks beautiful. I mean, it didn't look ugly before, but wow, they've really stepped it up again. The character models all look great. Of course, everybody's favorite, the women in the game look absolutely amazing. Characters like my favorite, I love the way Nikali, I love that character design. I mean, I really can't say, you know, enough about the graphics, but yeah, man, you can see it for yourself. The game looks great. Just as a side note though, if you're getting this game on the PC and you have a subpar GPU, don't get it. Because if you're having a problem running this game at 60 frames per second, the game is going to be virtually unplayable, because this game is tied its physics and everything to its frame rate. So any dips or any fluctuations, you're definitely going to feel it, and it's going to cost you big time. All right, moving right along, we're going to talk about the sound, which is easily one of my favorite aspects of this game. It's been a long time since I've done so. Actually, I don't think I've ever done this, but this is the first time I've ever purchased a soundtrack for a game. After I heard Nikali's theme, after I heard Nikali, Rashid, Karen, and the remix of Zangief's stage. Oh my goodness, great soundtrack. You know, top notch. All the rest of the sound effects, you know, they're, as you would expect, a bunch of Shoryuken and all that shit like that. You know, all of that shit sounds great. Moving right along, we're going to talk about the controls. Now, this is a aspect on the PC version, at least. There was a little bit of an issue when using fight sticks or anything that was, let's clarify, any PlayStation fight sticks, because anything that is PlayStation, any PlayStation input device that you use on a computer is going to be read as a direct input device. Microsoft has since dumped direct input in favor of X input, which is basically any Xbox controller. So Street Fighter 5 opted for the latter and left direct input controllers out in the cold, so you have to find some type of workaround, or in the form of what's those things called, the direct input to X input wrappers like X360 CE and Joy the Pad or Joy the Key, whatever it's called. But you know, that's an issue right there. Haven't had any controller issues like that on the PS4 version. If you're using an older fight stick, you can jump into the options menu on PS4 and hit the legacy device, so it'll read a PS3 controller. So there's no problem there. You know, input lag online, I really haven't noticed any, especially on my fight stick. My inputs come out really quick, really fast. You know, I really recommend, if you're gonna play this game seriously, get yourself a fight stick. And I'm gonna be doing a review and all of that stuff on my fight stick too, so stick around for that. Alright, moving along, let's talk about another cool ass feature. crossplay between PC and PS4. This, I think, is my favorite feature by far, because I think this is the reason why I have been spending so much time on Street Fighter V. Because in the past, you have multi-plat games that come out, and the trash talking is always going to be broken up into 3 sectors. You're going to have your Xbox gamers talking trash to other Xbox gamers. You got your PS4 gamers talking trash to PS4 gamers. And guess what? PC guys talking shit to other PC guys. And it's always that, oh man, I'm good, but you lucky you over there on that platform, because I'll be kicking y'all ass. All of that shit is gone out of the window. I love it. I can jump into any PlayStation group, catch some guys talking shit about Street Fighter. Boom. I can jump in and play on my PC, even though I have it on PC and PS4. But my PC character is a much higher level. I'm almost level 30 Nikali. But the fact that I can, join a battle lounge with someone on PS4 and get it in with them, oh man, that is great. That is great. I really wish more games would get into this. We saw it with Portal. We saw it with Rocket League. And now we're seeing it here with Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5. I'm pretty sure I left out maybe Shadowrun on Xbox 360. I have to check on that, but yeah, crossplay is absolutely awesome, man. All right, I guess this kind of ties in. We could talk about the online gameplay. Online gameplay is basically the mode that Capcom wants you to play in, simply because they failed to include the classic arcade mode where you fight through all of the fighters until you got to Bison and get through the different bosses and stuff like that, and then you get your ending, classics, standard stuff. On here, however, arcade has been replaced by a anorexic story mode, which features maybe 3 or 4 fights depending on the character that you're playing with, surrounded with some pretty crappy static cutscenes, and it just does not feel right. So you're kind of forced to play online with friends, which is fine, I guess, but it's still pretty shitty that that mode is out. But I digress. The online gameplay is, for the most part, is pretty solid. You don't notice that much lag, but there has been quite a few games, more than I would like to have had, that was like complete lag fest, and that shit's not cool. It's getting better as the weeks and months roll on, but I really hope that they get this completely under control. Another thing I want them to get under control is to have a clear punishment system in place for rage quitters. I've had a couple rage quitters quit last night and this morning. I'm not sure what's going to happen to those guys. I've read a few articles that Capcom has taken steps to to punish these guys, but I haven't seen it enough to the point where I can say, oh yeah, they're punishing them, and I'm not worried about rage quitting. So rage quitting is still a thing. Let me see, what else can we talk about online gameplay? Let's talk about the updates, because the updates correlate directly with the online gameplay in this instance. So at the end of the month, we had 2 updates. We had a character update, which you see here, people are playing with Alex, and then they had a server and client update. Now, I thought the client update was going to include direct input as well as X input devices, but yeah, they didn't do that. But what they did do is they adopted the 2 out of 3 online match system. So if you lose a game to somebody that you felt like you should have beaten, you can go ahead and request a rematch, and if that person wants to, then you guys can play 2 out of 3 then. So that system is, man, it is very crucial in lowering your rage after a close game. You know, it gives you a chance to get you a little payback, but that rage can come right back out if that person decides to just take that win and run, and they do that too, and that shit pisses you off just as much. Let me see what else. What else can I talk about? Street Fighter, man. It's just, oh yeah, they since the release, let's see, in this update, they got the 2 out of 3 matches. The Capcom shop is now open where you can buy colors, costumes, your profile themes. I saw something interesting. They have a placeholder for stages. So I think that we're going to be able to buy different levels for this game too. So we're just going to have to keep our eye out, you know, keep watching Twitter and see what Capcom, Unity, and you know, those guys have got planned for us over there. But yeah, man, the challenges, those should have been, a lot of this stuff actually should have been in the game at launch. But I'm not gonna, you know, constantly gripe on that shit because we already know what it is. But the challenges and things like that to you know, help you learn these combos and things like that, that should have been in the games from day one. But you know, it is what it is. You know, despite all of Street Fighter V's flaws and missteps and things like that, I still really love this fucking game, despite my first impressions video when I told everybody clearly not to buy this game and I couldn't recommend it and blah blah blah. Yeah, suffice it to say, my views have changed quite a bit since then, and you can look at my Steam profile and check my time played on this damn game to see just how much of an addict I am when it comes to Street Fighter. I mean, I've gone out and I bought 2 fight sticks. They're like 2 things that I've been, well, that's something I've been planning on doing for the longest, but Street Fighter 5 just put it over the top for me. And man, I'm loving it, man. I miss fighting games. I'm loving returning to fighting games and, you know, learning all of this stuff all over again, man. It's just great, man. So yeah, you know, that about wraps up my review for Street Fighter 5. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Damn, we're at 13 minutes, but you know, whatever. It is what it is, man. I'm just glad to be making videos again for you guys, and pretty soon the frequency is going to increase, and I'm going to get into live streaming once, you know, in a couple months, once I move and get into my new place. We're still feeling the effects of the apartment fire, but you know, it is what it is, and things have been progressing pretty good. So you know, just stick with your boy, and I'll keep bringing you guys content, and try to get another giveaway for you guys pretty soon and all of that good stuff. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're on Facebook, come join my Facebook group entitled Less Trolling, More Gaming, and that's how I like to end all of my videos, to let you know what I'm about. So on that note, less trolling, more gaming, and I'll catch y'all on another one. Peace.